is not about flowers. It's not about candlelit dinners. And it's not even about public declarations. Sometimes the strongest relationships bloom not in the spotlight, but in the quiet. In the small, mature gestures that speak volumes without ever being said aloud. And that is what fans believe they're seeing between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the whispers behind the headlines and trace the subtle steps of celebrity love stories that unfold when no one is watching. Or at least, when no one's supposed to be watching. Today, we take a closer look at what many believe is no longer just a rumor, but a mature, blossoming relationship between two of South Korea's most beloved actors, Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun. The signs? They're not flashy, they're not staged, but they're starting to look undeniable. Let's begin with what happened at the Cartier High Jewelry Gala in Seoul. Most expected a dazzling red carpet. What they didn't expect was tension you could almost touch. When Kim Go-eun stepped onto the carpet, glowing in a delicate ivory gown, the cameras clicked furiously. As always, she was poised, polished, graceful. But what fans noticed wasn't the dress. It was the moment, 35 minutes later, when Lee Min-ho arrived. And although they weren't scheduled to walk the carpet together and didn't pose side by side, fans with sharp eyes caught it. The glance, that small, barely perceptible moment when Lee Min-ho's eyes scanned the crowd and landed on her. Not a smile, not a wave, just a look that lingered. Later that night, backstage sources revealed the two were seen talking quietly, away from the cameras. One stylist even remarked, "It didn't feel like two co-stars catching up. It felt like two people who already knew each other's thoughts." And that was just the beginning. Let's go back to early spring, a chilly March morning, and a surprise appearance. Kim Go-eun was filming a short campaign video at a secluded park in Gangnam. It wasn't a major production. A small crew, low-key styling, no formal press. So when Lee Min-ho was spotted sitting in a black SUV parked discreetly off to the side, fans couldn't believe it. He wasn't part of the shoot. He wasn't dressed for photos. He wasn't even listed in the agency's schedules. And yet, there he was, waiting patiently, quietly, almost invisibly. Some tried to claim it was coincidence. But those who know his habits said otherwise. "He doesn't go anywhere without purpose," said one staff member. "If he's there, it means something." And that something fans believe was support. Because when Kim Go-eun wrapped filming that day, she was seen walking toward that same car, smiling, relaxed, as if she already knew he'd be there. Not a grand gesture, not a scandal, just quiet presence. That's what mature love looks like. But it doesn't stop there. Weeks later, during a Q&A session with fans on Instagram, Kim Go-eun was asked what she valued most in a relationship. Her answer? Consistency. Someone who doesn't disappear when things get busy. Someone who remembers small things. "I don't need someone loud. Just someone present." She didn't name anyone. She didn't need to, because the very next day, Lee Min-ho posted a cryptic Instagram story. A black and white photo of his hand holding what looked like a delicate, handwritten note. No caption. Just a timestamp, midnight. Within minutes, the internet began connecting dots. Fans compared the handwriting on the note to Kim Go-eun's past autographs. And while nothing was confirmed, the style was uncannily similar. But perhaps the most telling clue? The content of that note. Only 2 words were visible. "Thank you, always." Could it be from a fan? Maybe. Could it be from Kim Go-eun? Very possibly. Because here's what we know. When it comes to relationships, Lee Min-ho has always been deeply private. He doesn't chase the tabloids. He doesn't feed rumors. He never indulges in fan service if it isn't sincere, which makes his recent behavior incredibly revealing. Let's talk about the Jeju Island sighting. A couple, not celebrities, vacationing in Jeju claimed on an online forum that they spotted Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun dining quietly at a traditional restaurant by the sea. No entourage, no managers, just 2 people, sharing grilled fish and macchiali, laughing softly. The post wasn't detailed. There were no photos. And yet, the story went viral, Not because it was sensational, but because it felt believable. The details were mundane. The timing matched both of their known breaks in schedule. And the location, a place both stars have separately called their favorite escape. One fan commented, "This isn't a PR relationship. This is real. No couple trying to fake something would hide that well." And perhaps that's what's most compelling. Because lately, the signs aren't just emotional. They're practical. Take, for instance, the charity gala Lee Min-ho hosted this summer. Every year, he donates privately to education funds across Asia. But this time, he launched a scholarship foundation. And the name? Eunmin Foundation for Creative Youth. Many assumed it was a blend of his own name and the word Min, symbolizing the people. But fans immediately saw something else. Eun and Min Kim Go-eun, Lee Min-ho. Coincidence? We doubt it. Because even if the naming was symbolic, there's a growing pattern in their lives that suggests intentional blending. For example, one fan recently compared their past interviews and noticed how both have started using similar language. Kim Go-eun, who once described herself as someone who keeps walls up, now says she's learning to let people in. Lee Min-ho, who famously said in 2016, "I need someone to understand the weight of my schedule," now says, "I've met someone who brings light even on the hardest days." They never name each other, but they speak like two people growing together. And it shows. At Kim Go-eun's recent press conference for her drama Eun-young and Sang-yeon, reporters asked about her ideal co-star. She smiled, just slightly, and replied, "Someone who gives space when needed, and listens, even when I'm quiet." Just days later, Lee Min-ho attended a fan meet in Tokyo. During the Q&A, a fan asked him who he turns to when things get difficult. He paused, looked down, then smiled. "There's someone who reminds me of who I am," he said. "Even when I forget." The room exploded with cheers. And so did the internet. Because fans have seen enough to believe it's not just speculation anymore. It's emotional alignment. It's spiritual companionship. And most of all, it's a kind of love that doesn't need to prove itself, because it already knows. Which brings us to the most subtle but meaningful detail yet. Matching bracelets. They're not luxury. They're not branded. They're made of string. Hand-woven, minimalist, barely noticeable. And yet, in recent weeks, both Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun have been spotted wearing nearly identical ones during separate public appearances. Not once, not twice, but 5 times. On her left wrist, on his right. Fans suspect the bracelets are part of a quiet couple tradition, the kind many Korean couples practice in private to avoid attention. It's not for the press. It's not for the cameras. It's just for each other.